Welcome to Sussex University, and my name is Andy Lowe. I'm the curriculum tutor for the Geography PGCE, and in the next few minutes I want to tell you all about this amazing course. And you can see on this slide here one of our groups from a couple of years ago out on the South Downs in East Sussex, enjoying some of their studies with us. Before we go any further, I want to ask you a question. What type of geography really kind of inspires you? Is it this kind of geography? And here we've got a classic situation from Brazil, a real division between rich and poor. Maybe actually this is your kind of geography. And here we've got, if you don't know, the biggest rideable surfing wave in the world in Nazaré in Portugal. And it hit the news this month because, of course, not only did it have the biggest waves, but also surfing was banned. Not because of how dangerous it was, but because of COVID restrictions and the number of people that were going to watch it. Maybe this is your kind of geography. And actually, maybe what really inspires you is that kind of interaction between people and the environment and a genuine concern for what's happening to our planet and what we can do about it. Well, do you know what? All of those images represent geography, don't they? And whatever your background in geography, I reckon there's probably a place for you in teaching geography. So let me tell you a little bit about being a geography teacher. Here's one of my classrooms, and this is a classroom I've taught in for a while, and being a teacher is amazing because you get to work with all sorts of different types of young people. And here you can see we've got some of my sixth formers, and they're making models out of sand of glacial landscapes. You can see a picture of a cake that was made by some year 11 who were studying the tectonic plates and the structure of the earth. We've got a model here of some limestone scenery produced by some of my year 7. So geography is really about bringing the subject alive, isn't it? And on the course then, you get to teach Key Stage 3, and that's year 7, 8 and 9. Those are the ages of 11 to 14. And you'll also get an opportunity to teach some Key Stage 4, and those are children in year 10 and 11 between the ages of 14 and 16. And here you can see a picture, for example, of one of my groups down on the beach doing their field work, taking beach profiles. And again, we've got some year 7 here looking at contour models of landscapes and relating them to maps. But you might also get an opportunity during the course to teach some A-level as well, and that is children between 16 and 18. But A-level teaching is also really interesting because often we get to take those students away on a residential basis. And so here you can see a picture of some of my students in the Isle of Arran in Scotland. But when we teach geography, we're teaching the broad range of the subject. We're teaching physical and human geography. We're teaching the knowledge and understanding, but also the skills such as map work and field work and the use of GIS. But we're also thinking about all the different strategies we can use to try and pass on and improve that learning. So we might be thinking about using games and modelling what we're doing, and learning outside the classroom, of course, and using fieldwork. So to train as a geography teacher, of course, you will need a subject background in some form of geography. And so subject knowledge is really key. And so you need a good breadth and understanding of physical and human topics, and here's a list of them, for example, from the national curriculum. You need a good understanding of place and locational knowledge, some geographical skills, of course, and also a way of thinking as a geographer. But it might be that you're coming to geography from a different background, maybe geology or a related degree, maybe in tourism or in land management, for example. And you'll need to improve or kind of brush up on your past geography knowledge. And so there's lots of different ways to do that. So, for example, you might want to look at the national curriculum and see what's specified there. You can then possibly purchase a GCSE or an A-level textbook. There's some brilliant websites as well, such as the Field Studies Council or the Geographical Association. A good place also is the exam boards, so exam boards like AQA, and you can download an exam paper or you can download the specification and they'll tell you what type of geography they need to learn. You could even join part of the Geographical Association, okay, or the RGS. So there are other ways to kind of revisit that geographical knowledge. But whatever your background in geography, what we're really looking for are geographers that are passionate about the subject, but also passionate about teaching young people and passing on that knowledge and an awareness and a real love for the world that we live in. Now, the course itself is taught mainly by me in terms of the curriculum studies side, but I bring in all sorts of other people to support the kind of the learning and the teaching and the experience that you have. So we have guest speakers from the GA, from the RGS and the FSC. We have specialist people come in to train you in GIS from Esri, for example. And we also go away and we have a residential field weekend away. And here again is some of my students in Devon. And so it's a very practical based course. We start with an induction period. That's between 2 and 3 weeks in September. And really you get to meet your group, you get to know each other. We start to explore what we mean by geography and how we can go about teaching it, how we start to craft lessons. We look at how pupils learn, for example, as well. Now, the structure of the course, you may well know, is that you spend 4 days a week to begin with in your schools and 1 day a week in university. So every Friday you come back to university, where as a group we explore then what we call the curriculum studies. So we look at how we can teach, how we can apply different areas of geography into our teaching. And we might look at kind of key literature. There's time for you to reflect and to plan, to support and discuss different topics. But in particular, one of the things that I love about the course is that you really get involved. So we encourage you then to lead little sessions, to share your best practice as it develops, your magic moments. And so you take kind of a bit of ownership in helping support each other on the course as well. Now, in terms of what you might expect, well, let me put it straight out there. Okay, it's not easy, but it's really rewarding and it is hard work. But I know from experience then, if you come onto the course at Sussex, you'll be really successful. Not only academically in passing your qualified teacher status and your PGCE, but also professionally with many of our trainees, in fact all of them that want to, go on to get jobs. So if you're thinking of applying, it's really important that you kind of prepare a little bit for your interview. And I recommend visiting a school and go to some, if you can, and go and observe a couple of geography lessons. I know that's a bit difficult at the moment. Maybe purchase a GCSE book or an A-level textbook for geography. Visit the websites like I've mentioned. Explore the GA and the RGS. Maybe even follow some key geographers on Twitter and find out what they're talking about. So immerse yourself a little bit in some of the geography. If you're coming into possibly geography teaching and you don't have a degree in geography, or it's been a while since you've studied, then talk to us a little bit about what we call a subject knowledge enhancement course, where we can help also prepare you with that subject knowledge. So that's geography at Sussex, and I'm sure you might have some questions. So if you'd like to, please drop me an email, and I'd be more than happy to respond to you and tell you what you need to know about the course. But I recommend it to you. It's a fantastic course.